My name is Zachary Dakota Jones, and this is Missing IT Ministry. Today I start a 3-week lesson on love. Today I'm going to be talking about love, the action love. The best definition of love I've come across is found in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It is not false. It is not proud. It is not lewd. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Of course, there are different degrees of love, but these verses give a good general definition. 4 truths come to mind when I meditate on these verses. Number 1, love is not sex. We have a sex-crazed world, which elevates love with sex. However, a lot of what the world calls love is really lust. Love is when you look at a person and think, how can I help them? Lust is when you look at a person and think, how can they satisfy me? And that's a big difference. If you've fallen into the trap of thinking love in terms of sex, then you need to change your thinking. Otherwise, you never experience love, what love really is. And you will never develop strong and lasting relationships. Love is not an emotion. The world says that love is an emotion, which isn't true. Love affects emotions. It creates emotions. It causes emotions, but is not an emotion. Number 3, love is an action. Love isn't something you feel or something you say. It's something you do. Read verses 4-7 again. Notice the 14 different actions Paul uses to describe love. Love in a nutshell is the good will you show towards someone. It is treating someone with the quality described in verses 4-7. Take Jesus for example. He once said in John 15:12-13, "My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends." Then he went out and laid down his life for us, by dying on the cross as our atoning sacrifice. He did something to build us up, and that is love. What about you, husbands and wives? Do you love each other? Then treat each other with the qualities mentioned in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. What about you, moms and dads? Do you love your children? Then treat them with the characteristics of love, as described in verses 4-7. What about you, my brothers and sisters in Christ? Do you love your neighbors? Then treat them with the qualities mentioned in verses 4-7. Somebody says, "Dude, you don't understand. I just don't love." You can finish the sentence on your own. I'm glad you brought this up, because it brings us to our 4th truth. Love is a choice. Look at verses 4-7 again. They describe 14 actions that you choose to do or not to do. There's a myth going around that says love is uncontrollable. I just fell in love. Like it was a ditch or something. You don't fall in love any more than you fall out of love. Love is a choice. You choose to love. You choose not to love. Somebody says, "But dude, those feelings just aren't there." So what? You can still choose to love someone, even if the feelings aren't there. In fact, loving someone when you don't feel like it is a greater expression of love than loving someone when you do feel like it. Love is getting up in the middle of the night and helping a sick child when that's the last thing you want to do. Love is being patient with your spouse when they're irritable. Love is when you do the loving thing even when you don't feel like it. When you love in spite of your feelings, that's what I call loving by faith. And don't forget, it is easier to act your way into a feeling than you feel your way into an action. If you act in a loving way, eventually the feelings will come back. What about you? Have you been deceived by the myth that love is uncontrollable? Have you stopped loving someone because the feelings just aren't there anymore? Maybe it's a former friend, a neighbor, co-worker, a relative, or your spouse. Remember, love is a choice. Maybe you need to make that choice right now. I want you to think about the most important people in your life. Pray the following prayer and walk with God as He answers it. Dear Lord, help me to love you can support the name with the type of love described in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. I want to thank God for helping me say the words for this, and I want to thank my camerawoman for Paige for videotaping this for me. This has been Missing 19 Ministry. God bless.